down here talking to one of the lifeguards on Patong Beach just to get a bit of an update on the situation with the jellyfish, the Portuguese Man O War.
This jellyfish, when you touching, you just cleaning with the water from the sea.
Yeah.
After you have to become the lifeguard very quickly.
Yeah.
Because some people, when they touch, it's so dangerous.
Good morning, welcome to the channel. My name's Tony. Today we're over in Patong and we're going to be talking about a very serious issue that I've become aware of in the last 48 hours. Love it or hate it, Patong has got a fantastic beach. However, we're not talking about the beach, but something that affects the beach today. The Marine Department have issued a warning to all tourists, and the reason for that is jellyfish. I covered this topic at the beginning of the year in high season, and that was due to the fact that normally in high season Phuket doesn't suffer from jellyfish on the shoreline. Now there are jellyfish in the waters around Phuket throughout the year. We have jellyfish. Most of them are not dangerous jellyfish, but we do have jellyfish in the waters. I saw yesterday in the media an article that Patong Beach was suffering with these blue bottles, Portuguese Man O War. The stings from these can be fatal depending on how your body reacts to the sting and how badly you're stung. Now if you're coming over here with a family and you have young children, you must impress on the children that they should not handle any creatures that are washed up on the shoreline, especially if they're a pretty blue colour that would catch somebody's attention and they may pick it up. Well, this could prove fatal if young children were to pick these jellyfish up. Now I'm walking along the beach here and I haven't seen any this morning as yet, but you can see there are people in the water. They're probably unaware of the fact. Now the problem with jellyfish is they are very difficult to spot in the sea. You can see people there venturing right out. And I might add, there are red flags that state no swimming, yet people are ignoring them. And basically, it's like ignoring a red traffic light. Sooner or later, if you ignore red lights, your luck is going to run out. Now these flags are a safety system here in Phuket. They're not there for fun. And it is your way of knowing whether it is safe to venture in the sea or not. But for some reason, when tourists come to Thailand, they seem to leave their common sense on the aeroplane and do things that they would not normally do in their own countries. And it is very unwise in the low season, when red flags are displayed, to venture into the sea. Now there are a mixture of reasons why you shouldn't venture, but the main reason isn't the jellyfish, is actually the undercurrents, which I've mentioned many times on numerous videos. These undercurrents are not visible from the surface, but believe you me, they are there, and they're there all the time during low season. You can see the weather today not particularly good. Stormy conditions, and this is exactly the time when you should not be venturing into the sea because of the undercurrents. And if you don't believe me, take a look at my Facebook group, because this morning I posted a news article from yesterday of a Saudi tourist drowning on Patong Beach. That happened yesterday. Today is Monday, the 2nd of September, and if you take a look at my Facebook group, you will see the news article yourself. But this is just one example of tourists drowning. There are many, and unfortunately this is a needless loss of life at this time of year because people ignore those, and they're there right in front of you. You should give a thought to the people who have to come in to save you or to try and save you. Unfortunately, sometimes then they don't get to you in time. But on most of the beaches here on Phuket, there are lifeguards stationed. Not on all, but there are lifeguards on the beaches. And it is their job to come in and save you if you're a bit of an idiot. Now surely you don't want to go on holiday to kill yourself. If you're going to ignore the flags, then it could result in a fatality. Going back to the jellyfish, I haven't actually seen any, but I'm sure that they are there in the sea, and that, as I say, the Marine Department have issued a warning regarding this because they are there in quite large numbers, and should you come into contact with a Portuguese man o' war, it could result in a fatality. Now, up to now, nobody has been stung by them. However, it is only a matter of time. I'm just keeping an eye on the beach because the news article that showed it did show some blue bottles, Portuguese man o' war, washed up here on Patong Beach. And that's why I've come over this morning to check it out. This news article was done yesterday, so there was some here on the beach yesterday, and the chances are, if they were here yesterday, they are in the waters today. They're there, and whether these people that are swimming are going to come into contact with them, who knows? I'm just down here talking to one of the lifeguards on Patong Beach just to get a bit of an update on the situation with the jellyfish, the Portuguese man o' war. So I've asked the guy what the situation is. Okay, so if you could explain the situation to the people.
Yeah, this jellyfish, when you touching, you just cleaning with the water from the sea.
Yeah.
After you have to become the lifeguard very quickly.
Yeah.
Because some people, when they touch, it's so dangerous. But this jellyfish, they follow the wind.
Okay.
When wind comes, they just come to the beach quickly.
Yes.
Just you walk, you just move them. Because you touch in the water, you never touch it. Because they have the something, they have the wind.
Okay.
Coming quickly to the beach.
Okay. Now,
when we find them, we just find on the beach. We never find the water.
okay.
Yep.
Now, if somebody gets stung, what do you suggest? Buy one of these blue bottles, the Portuguese man o' war. What would you suggest to somebody to do if they get stung and they aren't by a lifeguard?
They have to come quickly with the lifeguard, because the lifeguard, we have about 9 pay on the beach.
Yes.
And this one, we have the one pay about 500 meters, we have another pay.
Okay.
And then
Do the people need to go to hospital? Should they?
it's sure you have to go hospital, because you have to check first.
Okay.
Because some people is different. Some people
Yes.
burn really quickly.
Yes.
Some people nothing for them, but it's better you have to go hospital.
Okay.
But they have the white jellyfish.
Yes.
It's not too dangerous. You just catch it, but you have to come the lifeguard. The lifeguard have put
The vinegar, I
Yeah.
think it is. Yes.
Yes.
You have supplies of vinegar just
Yes,
in case.
We have many. When high season, I have maybe 100 case for the day.
Okay. Okay.
For one play, the lifeguard.
Really? As
Yeah.
many as cases as that
Yes.
in high season?
Many
I
cases.
know earlier this year we had a problem with the jellyfish here in Phuket
Yes.
because I covered that story. Have you had any cases as yet in the last few days of people being stung by the blue bottle jellyfish? No.
No.
Okay. But you are aware that they are around, yes?
We caught
Okay.
it. They come about 5 years ago. We caught me first people to see this jellyfish.
Yes. Okay.
And then after that, I put in Facebook something. They say, "Oh, this jellyfish too dangerous." After that, they just know.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for your time. I
You're
appreciate
welcome,
it. Okay. Well, there you go. I've spoken to a lifeguard here on Patong Beach, and you've heard what he's had to say. So please take on board what the lifeguards are saying. Be aware that they're in the water. Be aware, if you're going to venture in, personally, I don't recommend you going in the water at this time of year, especially if you can see red flags on the beach. At the end of the day, the lifeguards can't stop you, but they would prefer you not to go in the water because there are dangers in that water that you cannot see. Not just the jellyfish, as I've mentioned, unfortunately, Phuket does suffer from undercurrents, and it is something that you can't see and you won't know is there until it's too late. So please take on board this advice. Value your life while you're over here. Have a safe holiday and go home at the end of that holiday in one piece. Notification from the Marine Department is in force at the moment. I will update this video, of course, if things change. If you're here as a family, please make your children aware of the situation. Do not allow them to handle anything on the beach that may have been washed up due to the weather conditions.